Let's roll. I ain't the driver, the one in the back. Feeling like Crosby on turn to the max. You with, he ain't talking about nothing. Ain't ballin', babe, he can't afford a bag. These little broke ass right in the past. I come with more than half. I need my sack, rush it. You want me racks, rush it. Dress all black, rush it. So many hits, thought I had concussion. I need my sack, rush it. You want me racks, rush it. Dress all black, rush it. So many hits, thought I had concussion. Buckets. Let's roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Rush. It is your boy, Maxx Crosby, in the building. I got my brothers with me, Brogan Rollback, Darian Terrell. We are back in the flesh. Nice.
Incredible timing.
Nice. Perfect. Exact
That was not
timing.
planned.
Y'all are slow. But anyway, we're back at it. I've been MIA for a couple weeks. Been a lot going on, to say the least, but I got surgery. Surgery, something I knew I had to get done in September. There was something that, we knew was eventually, after the season was going to be done, we had to get it done. And we got it done. So the best in the world, Neil Elitrosh, he's done a lot of my surgeries. He did my knee the first time. He did my labrum. He's done a lot of major surgeries on me, and all have been extremely incredible, and successful. And big shout out to Neil. Got to spend some time with him. Got to go to his palace in Beverly Hills, which was legendary as well. Smoked some stogies with him. And we just watched the games and stuff last weekend after my surgery. But everything has been great. I got to fly back after this. I mean, the episode will be out tomorrow, but I got an appointment with him. So Tuesday, locking in with him, flying in, flying out. Getting another checkup, getting some little stuff done, but we are doing incredible. So yeah, it's been a success. Rehab started last week. I'm rocking and rolling. I was in there bright and early this morning, the same time, getting to it. So feeling great, getting better every day. So on that end, it's been incredible. Like I said, there's been a lot going on in general. I know a lot of people, definitely there's a lot of noise and a lot of craziness going on, but for me, I'm focused on my rehab and that, and being with my girls. And I've been, it's been awesome being able to spend a lot of time with Ella. Me and her have been bonding hard, which is something I can't, do all the time, especially during the season. And when OTAs start, it's it's a lot. It's a sacrifice that I signed up for. And for me, just being able to be home and having to sit down and have people take care of me, something that I'm not really used to. But Rachel's been a trooper, holding it down, and I'm blessed, bro. So life is good. We're feeling good. We're just gonna take it one day at a time. We're gonna fucking crush this rehab better than any of the rehabs we've done before. I know I'll be back in June around that time, fully. So yeah, we got a long road ahead, but at the same time, it's gonna fly by. I know when you put the work first and just focus on the day to day, it goes like that. You know what I mean? And I know I'm put everything into it. Across the board to be at my absolute best and come back and be the best version of myself going into my 8th season. So it's crazy to say that. Literally going into my 8th year in the NFL, it's insane to even think about. It's not even, I can't even wrap my head around it sometimes. But at the same time, like, I'm still extremely young. I still have so much left in me. I have so much work to do. And, there's so much more to accomplish and so much, so many more things that we have coming up that's going to be incredible, man. So I have no complaints. Life is good. Life is amazing. And yeah, it's been a great couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie.
I love it, bro. Well, we missed you around here. And obviously, D and I have been able to chop up some ball, but I know you'd rather be playing. We all know that. But you are able to watch some ball, which is nice, and high-level ball, which we're going to obviously go down and we're going to start talking about that here in a minute. But obviously, with the injury and all that, you guys know we won't be at Super Bowl, but we are going to have some great stuff cooking here in the offseason. So a lot of guests. We will get to all that. Also, I think it'd be cool, Max, for us to be able to chop it up with you and just – you've been through – you just said what? Surgery?
My 8th.
A few times now. 8th, bro.
I've had 8.
So just like your mindset, bro, I think would be awesome to just hear like you going through it and how you overcome it. And I'm sure there's a lot of viewers that probably going through same shit. So it'd be cool to just – get your perspective on all that. But good to see you're doing well. And I'll just send over my duck buck guy over there, Big D, and just get us into some football, huh?
Big Duck Buck.
They did.
Talk to me. Talk to my heart. There's been a lot of football going on, and I'll give shout out to the NFL, shout out to the playoffs. Last 2 weeks have been fantastic games. Obviously, you get the one outlier a week, but let's start off with the Bills and the Broncos game. 33-30 overtime thriller. What would you say if you're sitting in Josh Allen's seat right now, right? What is your thoughts? Like, this has been something consistently that the Bills have been facing, whether it be they lose this round or the previous round, but they are not able to somehow get over the hump. What is it that the Bills need to do? Obviously, they fired McDermott today. Why do you think that is, and what do the Bills need to do to get over that hump?
Yeah, I mean, it's just wild. I don't think anybody expected Sean McDermott to get fired. I found out bright and early this morning. So, yeah, I think I was just as shocked as everybody else was. I think he's a really good coach. Obviously, he's had a ton of success there in Buffalo. They just haven't been able to get over that hump. And I can't sit here and say I know why or exactly why or this or that. Like, just things haven't gone exactly their way. You know what I mean? It seems like every year there's always like one or two plays you're like, oh, my God. Like, the pick was crazy. Like, one of the most miraculous, insane plays, like that just doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
And could have gone either way, to be real with you.
100%. It could have gone either way. And the whole narrative, you know, that people are trying to say that, you know, well, Josh Allen can't win the big game. The dude has averaged more yards than any quarterback in NFL history in playoff games. Statistically, he's been incredible in playoff games. You know what I mean? It's a team game. It's the ultimate team game. And that dude has carried that team for years and years and years.
He's doing more with less, respectfully.
Of course, yeah. And they have a good team. Like, don't get me wrong. They have a lot of great pieces. But, I mean, Josh Allen is one of the best players in the league. You know what I mean? Like, period. And, you know what I mean? There was a couple plays that got away from him. You know what I mean? That typically he hits. You know what I mean? Pass-wise, there's a couple passes that sailed. You know, he had a couple of those fumbles that hurt a lot in those moments. But ultimately, it came down to the end. He completes that pass. He catches it. They win the game. The whole narrative is different. So that's why you love the game so much.
Did you think it was a catch?
No, I thought it was a pick. I mean, it was a pick. I mean, if you watch it from certain angles, like, whoa, he's down. But the second he hit the ground, he was already ripping the ball out. You know what I mean? So you got to survive the catch, which is the rule is a little janky, I think. And it's almost impossible to kind of like fully have a perfect clear-cut rule, you know what I mean, in that type of situation. So he came up with the ball. You know, the guy made a fucking hell of a play. You got to respect him for that. He made the play. Not many people can make that play. That was ridiculous. So you got to credit them. And then I just think the game in general was incredible. You know what I mean? From start to finish, like I was on the edge of my seat. It was back and forth. You know, people making plays on offense, defense, back and forth the whole time. So it was a hell of a game, man. I thought Buffalo was going to win. I'm not going to lie. But Denver found a way. And then on top of it, just look at the aftermath of everything. In one game, McDermott gets fired after the fact. Mm-hmm. The second to last play on a design QB sweep, what are the odds that happens? He breaks his foot. Nobody knows. And then all of a sudden, boom, it hits the news immediately after the game. Now they're going into the game without Bo Nix. So it just shows you, like, you never know what's going to happen in this league. Like, you can't predict. You can't guess what's going to happen. You just, you know what I mean? That's why it's so hard to win, because there's so many different factors that tie into it. So yeah, that game overall was like one of the most impactful, I feel like, in general. Like, just so much stuff has changed since that game ended. And it's just wild to see. But I got to give a shout out to Josh Allen. You know, you could just tell, like, he feels in his head like he let the team down, and that guy is a major reason why they're there. You know what I mean? He's an incredible player, and you know, he's going to come back with a vengeance. I have no doubt in my mind, and he's going to keep doing what he's doing. But it's going to be interesting to see what Buffalo does. Now it's another head coaching job open, and we'll see what happens.
Well, it's interesting you say that, bro, because it is a fine line of people. When it comes to style of play, which I know you're big on style of play, like, even just from your standpoint, but like, people are big on the style of play of being like, hey, Josh needs to not turn the ball over so much, or he needs to not be so loose with the ball, or whatever excuse it is that they've been saying for however many years. But to the same extent, that's what makes him great. He's a gunslinger at heart. You live with the great plays. You also live with the bad. Yeah. That's just part of what comes with the nature. And you just hope that he has enough knowledge and I guess willpower in those moments to be able to pull back on the ones that might be a little iffy. But some of the greatest plays come from being able to trust that I have a bigger arm, or I can fit this ball into any hole or any window, no matter what, that you cannot defend. Pause. But more importantly, with the McDermott stuff, that bothers me was just that, I don't know, unless you go get a huge coaching hire, like they need a big fish to go along with Josh Allen. I truly feel that. Unless you go get a Davis Webb, I guess, or you stick with Joe Brady and promote him. If you want to go on the young coordinator route, you could do that. But also, it's like Harbaugh's picked up if you wanted to go a route like along those lines. And I could see a lot of similarities from a McDermott to a Harbaugh. Shit, I could see McDermott go to the Giants and be his DC for all that matter. Yeah. And then people obviously are saying Dable. So I don't know, but I do know one thing. As much as I felt like I was in shock when we talked about it this morning, the Bills have the second easiest schedule in the NFL this year. And on top of it, they've been owning that division, and they have nothing to prove and nothing to show for it. So at that point, it's like, we got to do it. But the general manager is still there, and he's the one controlling the roster. And you could say, to that point of Josh Allen is doing more or less. I think it's pretty obvious that he has Cook in a tight end. And nowadays you need a one. Since Stefan's been gone, it's just he has to do a lot, and it's a lot to put on the shoulders, I feel like, of Josh. Not saying he can't do it, and he doesn't do it, but time and time again, I feel like that's just a lot of weight to put on one guy.
Yeah.
I feel like that the standard, it's like this year the mantra is, I don't want to say out with the old, in with the new, but if you saw it happen in Baltimore, they asked the owner, he's like, if that kick would have gone in, would he still have a job? Would Harbaugh still have a job? And he goes, for another week, right? So yeah, it seems like their minds are made up where they've seen the same thing over and over and over again, and then you see these other teams who go to a young coach that's kind of an unproven type of a situation, and they flip their teams around in a year, right? So I think they think like, hey, our quarterbacks and our biggest investments, Lamar, Josh Allen, you got all these guys, they're not getting any younger. We gotta shake it up. Yeah. So I'd be interested to see what they do.
Yeah.
My thing is, if you have Josh, and to your point, D, right then and there, I know this guy is more than likely not coaching next year. We know that. And he might do TV, might not. But why not go put a trade in for Mike Tomlin? Why not go over to Green Bay, make a call and say, hey, it seems like you don't really want to pay LaFleur. We will. Mm-hmm. I'll pay him. Put him with Josh. Let's see what he can do. Like, is it to you guys, if you're being a GM, like, would you be open to trading for one of these coaches if you're the Buffalo Bills?
I don't know. I don't know if trading – this is the only thing with that. Like, that doesn't really happen. Like, the last time it's happened, I don't know. What is it, Gruden? The last time? It was 25 years ago or something like that, 20 years ago?
I think that's the last time.
Yeah, so it's not like I get – I understand it to an extent, but, like, I mean, I just feel like they had a plan. Like, if you're going to fire McDermott, you know what you're going to do. And you know what I mean? There's no guarantee that you're going to be able to poach a coach from a different team. You know what I mean? They definitely have somebody that they have in mind, it seems like. So, yeah, and it's like you said, like, starting fresh, like, maybe there's something to that. You know what I mean? There's no guarantee that they're going to win a Super Bowl. You don't know. But it could, you know what I mean? It could work that way. I mean, the Falcons had a similar situation. Raheem Morris, was 4-9, but then wins 4 in a row against really good teams. And now all of a sudden, like, they're all 8-9 in that division. And you're thinking, okay, maybe they keep, they for sure should keep him because, you know what I mean? But their minds are already made up. So they obviously had a plan. Stefanski, they already knew that was their guy, clearly. Once he got fired, they knew that didn't take long at all. And I heard he's got connections, there with Matt Ryan, and you know what I mean? So it makes sense, so they clearly got a plan, I feel like, and they're going to make a good hire because that's a good-ass roster. You know what I mean? They have legitimate tackles. They got players all around. I think, there's, people had the discussion of, who's going to be the number one receiver. It's hard. You lose a guy like Stephon Diggs. Like, you don't just replace, oh, yeah, let's go get another Stephon Diggs. They're not just growing on trees. So, like, we'll see who they end up doing, but, who they end up bringing in. But they got a bright future. You know what I mean? They have a really good team already. They got a great franchise quarterback. Maybe they just need a guy to get them over that hump. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
And on the flip side, McDermott's going to end up somewhere. So somebody's going to get blessed more than likely with him as well, whether that's a DC or a head coach.
100%. This segment is called Maxing Out, sponsored by Credit One Bank. I'm going to read a purchase, and you decide if it was me or Max Out. This is Max Out. He's a credit wrecker whose eyes are bigger than his wallet. When he sees something he wants, he buys it. So I'm going to read a purchase, and you guys and the people watching will vote on if it was me or Max Out. So number 1, 10 pairs of the same designer sunglasses. What do you think?
Same exact ones.
Same ones.
This is my take. We all know this dude doesn't wear shades, so that's going to lean me to be in a false. When you put the one shades on for Sack Summit, it's the first time I've ever seen a pair of shades go on his face. So, just with my context clues, D, that's got to be Max Out.
I'm going with you on that. He's not buying. He's going to have 10 different ones. If it was 10 of the same, that's got to be our buddy Max Out over here.
Yeah.
Facts. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Details.
All right, so you guys already know I don't wear glasses. I mean, it's pretty obvious. My nose, the foreign nose, I have a bridge.
No.
It just doesn't look right on my face. So I'm not a glasses guy. So you guys are 1 for 1 so far. Proud of you guys.
Max Out.
Proud of you guys.
Let's go, Max Out.
Number 2, buying a new pair of shoes every week.
Hot take. If you know him well, he's either going to be rocking Forces or he's rocking Jordans, right? And the Forces, I don't think he cares that much about him being crispy unless he steps out. So I'm going to go ahead and say that again is our boy Max Out.
Ooh.
Wow.
See, I'm a little torn.
Wow.
He's weirdly into shoes all of a sudden now. I will say that's like his new fab, I feel like. But also, then there's part of me thinking he's getting a lot of shoes sent to him.
Yeah.
So the purchase part, there could be a play on words. But I'm going to trust maybe it is the Crosby.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
New pair every week.
Wow.
He'd probably buy multiple.
Would we be shocked?
No, but yes.
That's all that matters.
Yes, I would be.
Yes. Okay, to answer your question, yes, I do get a lot of I get a care package every month from Jordan. So it's about 15 pairs of shoes from Jordan specifically every month. I do have a huge, and Brogan's 100% spot on with this. I do have a massive, it's my new thing, is shoes now. I've really had it took me my whole life to get to this point and to get a Jordan deal and do the thing to really get into shoes like that. And I've been on a tear. But, Darian, you are right. I don't buy a new pair every week. I just buy in bulk. Like when I'm on a tear, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like you guys know how I operate. Like my NFL money, I try not to touch it all. If I got a little signing, I got my other account, I'm gonna play a little bit. That's my money. I don't have to feel bad about spending. So yeah, when I need some shoes, like I legitimately bought astronomically just crazy amount of shoes just because I love my shoes. You know what I mean? It's something I love. And it's
disheartening.
So yeah, so Darian, you're 2 for 2.
All right.
Brogan, 50% failure right now. Okay, this one, pretty obvious. I mean, you guys should know this. A full private basketball court in the house.
No words needed.
That's a slam dunk. That's a slam dunk.
They wasn't shooting this in
Literally.
the gym.
We weren't shooting in the gym. And I actually wanted to address this, and I thought it was actually hilarious because I kept seeing people comment about why does Max have
The
sponsors in his house?
Yeah.
And this is your answer, so you can clip this. I have sponsors in my house. Well, first off, majority of them aren't sponsors. They're businesses that I own a part of. So they hold a special place in my heart. My court, it was inspired by making it as NBA real life like as it could possibly be. So I got a scoreboard, I got the jerseys up, the shrine. But that part of it, I was like, okay, they told me, like, you need to put a wall here, at least on one side, guys are going to be going, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, the NBA games, on the side, you get the sponsors, the whole thing. I'm like, Why not put my own brands in my crib? And we're going to do videos. We're going to have, you know what I mean? It's marketing. At the end of the day, we're going to have court. You know, I can't do it right now, but when we have our runs in the summer and the whole 9, you're going to see it on video. You got my stuff. People see it. Oh, what's them? What? Ooh, what's slate milk? Oh, yeah, by the way, go get it. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's my business mind and also wanting it to be realistic as possible. So that is why I have sponsors in my course. So if you hate on that, you probably don't do well in business. And second off, you know, I don't do well in business. I don't do well in business. And second off, I wanted it to be as real as possible. So that's how I am. You guys know how I am. I'm extreme. Yeah. I'm all in. So when I'm all in, I'm pushing my brand, pushing myself. You see me right now, Ryoko Rain. I got to put that on the wall too. Yep. We're always repping the brand. Cool. So yes, you guys were both right on that one. So proud of you.
Nice.
Darian 3 for 3. Brogan 2 for 2. This is a big one right here. And I'm going to come up with one off the top. At number 4, it's the last one. Darian, you're 100% right now. Brogan, you're 66.6%. I know Matt.
That sounds like my grades.
I purchased a humidor.
I ain't buying it. You know why? He's got a whole ass new house. And they just forgot to put that minor detail in there where he said, hey, I actually want to get this because you guys didn't do it for the last 2 years.
Yep. Is that what you're thinking? What are you showing? What's your answer?
I'm going to not fade myself because I know that after I spoke it out loud, but I'm going to go Maxx out.
Maxx out with those purchases needs to also get braces because I'm going, yes. I'm going Maxx because he doesn't have a humidor to my knowledge in the house. So
unless
now,
he found the one that you sent him.
True, Darian. Unless he found the one that I sent him that I purchased also with
my
credit one line.
Real one.
So we'll figure it out.
Real one.
But that's my guess.
You are a real one for that. And I still have it. Don't worry.
Don't lose it, or I'll take it.
Old Darian, Mr. I got the answers, is correct. He's 100%.
Oh!
He's 100% right. The humidor, this is probably the biggest gift I've ever gotten from anybody. Our boy at 8 Lounge, Giuseppe Bravo. 1 of 1. And I'm not even going to say the price of it, but it was ridiculous. I looked at the fucking receipt when I was like, what? He dropped it off at the house. He surprised me. He said, bro, I got this for you. You can literally the only one. He goes, I had the people at the Wynn get it in, ship it in for me, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? It has a lock and everything. It's silly. So I did not buy that myself. Crazy, one of the craziest gifts I've ever gotten, if not the craziest. But everyone knows I love my Stogies. So shout out to Giuseppe. But Darian, proud of you, brother.
Well, guess what?
Brogan, 50%, you failed.
Week. Let's see next week's episode who wins. I'm not playing around this time.
It's easy to wreck your credit score, but it's far less likely to happen when you know exactly what to avoid, like maxing out your credit card. Follow Credit One Bank and check out creditrecords.com to learn how to avoid the credit wreckers.
We'll get into next game. We don't really got to talk much about it. Seahawks, Niners, that was something.
Are the Seahawks a wagon?
Yes. That defense is
problem. They're a problem.
They're a wet blanket on anybody they're playing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can't breathe with those guys.
No.
Is it a Legion of Boom? Yeah, a Legion of Boom.
But it's like they changed since the Legion of Boom. This is the dark side, is what they're referring to themselves as. They have an identity and they're fucking living up to it.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's fire. Yeah, what were you gonna ask, Brogan? Were you gonna ask me something?
I was just gonna say, like, obviously we know their defensive line is like that, and their depth across the board is really good. But is it a schematic thing, or is it like, what is it that makes that defense so good from your professional point of view?
I think it's a mixture. Always you have to have a legitimate coordinator, and Mike McDonald is exactly that. He's a great defensive mind. He was with Harbaugh. He has that background, but he also has a more aggressive version of what they do, of what they typically did in Baltimore. It seems like they like to mix it up a little bit more, but when you have the players, like, you could just see how, like, their style of play, and I've always believed this, like, I'm always players over scheme. And I bet most coaches would even say that. But the way they built their roster, they had a vision of what they wanted to do. Like even Nick, I don't want to butcher his last name, the nickel, plays safety, plays nickel, number 3. He's like 6'4", he's big as hell, runs sideline to sideline. They got him in the slot. They can blitz him. They got Devin Witherspoon, who's a lock corner, who can tackle. They got Reek Woolen, who's 6'5", runs a 4.3. They got dudes all over the place. So when you have that front that is loaded, which they invested in, you're paying Leonard Williams a lot. You're paying DeMarcus Lawrence. You're paying, you know what I mean? You're paying Uchenna. You got the young guy, Byron Young. They have dudes across the board. They invested, and this is John Schneider. I mean, he doesn't get enough credit, I believe, as being arguably the best GM in the league. He has a clear vision of what he wants, and the coaches put their player. You could tell they put their players in the best possible position for them. You know what I mean, to excel, and that's what I feel like the best teams do. They don't make the players change for the scheme. They make the scheme off of strengths of the players. You know what I mean? And that's where you see guys playing at their highest level because they're doing what they're best at. And I feel like they do that better than anybody right now. I think them in Houston, to be honest, and Denver's another one that's what they do. And you could see it. They have a real identity, the way they play, the way they fly to the ball. They're relentless. So you got to give them a lot of credit. They're playing really good football. They're scary. And then they signed Darnold. You know what I mean? Darnold's playing hell. He's made another Pro Bowl. He's playing really well. They can run the hell out of the ball.
That backfield is disgusting. Yeah, between Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet.
You got to think, like, a lot of people were questioning. You know what I mean? They moved on from Geno, who they had success with, and they got rid of DK. You know what I mean? And the people are like, is this offense going to be
fresh OC?
Yeah, they got a new OC. Like, everything's new, but it's working. You know what I mean? They clearly had a vision, and they're sticking to it. So, yeah, they're a scary team, bro. They're a scary team right now.
And I feel like it's a scary ass place to play, especially in the playoffs. Like when the last 2 games I've turned on, and it's been in the 12-man stadium, it's buzzing, you know. And I can only imagine. I feel like it's like a buzzsaw. As soon as the game starts inside Seattle, they are just blowing the doors off, and before you can even like realize what is even going on, they are on your neck, and they are already up. So now the defense that is already tough. You're down 14 points. Shit, look at the kickoff with Shaheed yesterday. He's gone. And what I texted in the group chat, DM, like, too damn bad they already scored because now we're not going to be able to even see what the Niners can do. You already knew what it was.
That was the worst possible thing that could happen.
You just got the green light for them to pin their ears back from the snap one.
Yes. And that's crazy in the NFL because college, you expect that. Like, we're going to talk college, but like if Indiana just goes up 21-0 and be like, here we fucking go again.
Yeah.
Like, but in the NFL, it's just, especially to somebody like the Niners, was just very, very shocking. I truly felt like the Niners were going to shock everybody yesterday. Wow. I know they're undermanned. I just felt like they had an opportunity. So good for the Seahawks. I think it's fair to say they're probably the favorite right now. And I know that's gone up and down, but their matchup with the Rams is going to be big, and I hope we're picking at some point. All right, Condor Cartel. I heard a story recently about an athlete who chose to get paid in Bitcoin for an endorsement deal. At the time, it seemed unconventional, but fast forward a few years, and Bitcoin is significantly up since then. It's kind of hard not to notice how many more people are getting interested in Bitcoin these days. That is where our friends over at MoonPay come into play. They make buying crypto fast, easy, and secure. One of their partners, Exodus, actually does something pretty interesting. Some of their employees choose to get paid in Bitcoin as well. Exodus went from a startup to a public company by focusing on one simple idea: making Bitcoin ownership easy for everyone. Their app is super clean and easy to use, and it is worth checking out. Even though one Bitcoin costs over $90,000, you do not need to buy a whole one. You can get started with as little as $20, which makes it easy to try out for yourself. Crypto trading can be volatile, so do your own research and understand the risks that are involved, because you could lose your investment. MoonPay is a tool to facilitate your transactions, not a source of financial advice. Trade responsibly, Condor Cartel.
You thought the Niners had it. I thought the Texans had it. I really did. And have we ever seen a game like that where it was so close? I mean, I think there was 4 fumbles on the Patriots side, 4 interceptions, I mean, more, but going into half, I mean, it was absolute chaos.
Crazy.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that this was, we had some conversations on how offensive coordinators are scheming for a defensive front like that. Do you think that played a big factor into it? Do you think it was just the environment, the playoffs, the weather? What was the biggest factor into that game?
I think it all tied in together. You know what I mean? The Texans, everyone knows what the Texans bring up front. I mean, they're loaded. They have 2 all-pro DNs. They got Sheldon Rankins, Danico Autry. They got dudes. You know what I mean? And all 3 levels. Derek Stingley, all-pro cornerback. They got freaking Al I don't want to butcher his name. How do you pronounce his name? The middle linebacker.
I know you're
Zero.
Yeah, well,
Zero,
I'll call him Zero because I
says.
respect him too much to fuck his name up like that.
Sure.
He's a dog. He's an absolute dog. So, like, when you have that on all 3 levels and you're swarming to the ball, like, it's hard to deal with. You know what I mean? It's like, do we want to take shots? Well, they tried, and you're going to have to leave somebody one-on-one, and they got dudes who win all day, and they took advantage. Yep. So, it's just it's a tough deal, I feel like, as a coordinator when you got so many different threats on the field. And you're trying to protect the team, but also at the same time try to score and push the ball. It's like that healthy mixture. But just New England, no one talks about their defense, but that defense has caused a lot of turnovers all year. They have a lot of really good players. They got a lot of award daddies, dudes who are willing to jump on a grenade if it's, they have to. And you see Spillane, you got KC playing his best football. They're just
shout out him.
They're playing, balling. Yeah, he's balling, and they got dudes, and they got 2 legit corners. They got 2 legit-ass corners, Carlton Davis and Azeez Al-Shaair. That's what it is. Okay, so
yes,
he's a dog. But, yeah, New England, like, when you have a front that can get home, you got Milton Williams, you got KC, you got Harold Landry. They got dudes. And then you got 2 corners. Christian Gonzalez, arguably one of the best corners in the league. Carlton Davis has been a proven really good corner. He gets 2 picks. And, you know what I mean? It's just like it's a defensive competition. Unfortunately, with the Texans, you get 4 picks in the first half, you're going to put yourself in a hole. Then eventually, you know what I mean? It's like you can't open up the offense because they're humming. You know what I mean? So it was just not a good day. And then the weather on top of it, it's freaking snowing, or it was raining and snowing, and it was just, you could tell the ball was loose all day. So,
all right, Condor Cartel, 2026 is the year you stop talking about it and you finally do it. We all have that idea, the product, the brand, the business we swear will launch one day. But January flies by fast and February shows up real quick with the same old excuses. If you're serious about changing your future, the most powerful move you can make this year is starting your business with Shopify. Shopify gives you everything you need to sell online and in person, and you're not alone. Millions of entrepreneurs have already taken that leap, from household names to first-time founders just getting started. With Shopify, building your store is easy. Choose from hundreds of beautiful templates you can customize to match your brand. Setup is fast as well, with built-in AI tools that help write with product descriptions, headlines, and even edit your product photos. Marketing is built in. Create email and social campaigns that reach customers wherever they scroll. And as you grow, Shopify grows with you, handling more orders in new markets, all from one dashboard. So Condor Cartel, in 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/rush. Go to shopify.com/rush. That's shopify.com/rush. Hear your first this New Year's with Shopify by your side. I know we're Midwest guys, and I'm totally for saying it's football weather when it's actually football weather, but let's actually be honest with one another. Even that's not football weather. Let's get them in somewhere where we can see who's the best, right? I like a little bit of element.
I disagree.
I like a little element.
I think that's what makes the NFL the best, bro.
It's such a disadvantage if you go and you have the home game and then you're going to go to LA where it was 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Like,
beautiful.
If you wanted home field advantage, you should have fucking earned it.
I'm with you on that.
You got to come to my house.
I'm with you on that. I just hate like when the game turns shit, more specifically for rain. Snowing, let it be a blizzard in there, but like the rain, when I can't see a quarterback be able to actually flick the ball 15 yards when he could shit it out of his ass on a normal day, 15 yards, I would rather watch that. You know what I'm saying? It's like watching the Little Giants. If I wanted to watch Pee Wee football, I'd head in my car and go 10 minutes down the road and just pull out and see, okay, nice, awesome, and get my fix in that way. But I like to see them be great. Where
I differ is like it's forcing you to watch a different game that we wouldn't see. Like, let's let the big boys eat. Let's get over 100 yards rushing and play some smash mouth football.
So you like it because it's turning the clock back a little, and it's like, let's just get back to rugby style ball.
But then you need to know, and then you really find out quickly, like, all right, who's going to fold? Like,
Yeah.
those hits hurt. Those hits, they hurt so much worse when it's cold
I
out.
thought you just came up with a new name for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
They don't hit anymore. Anyways, I really do like those cold East Coast games.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. No, I'm a
love it.
fan.
I love it.
I'm a fan. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I like the grind.
I have no comment on that game other than that. I think you know best, Max, but Josh McDaniels stood there and said, Vrabel, you just do everything else with the whole team. I'll take Tom Jr. and I'm going to get him right because I know exactly what recipe and blueprint he put together in some crazy ass lab that he did back in the day. He knows the formula. He's just perfecting it now with him. And Vrabel's like, cool, I'll be Belichick 2.0 also. And I'll just go actually be able to relate with my players at a better level than what Bill was able to do. But I'm going to get on their ass at the same type of level. I'm just going to do it in a way with these guys in a new era that they're going to be able to understand and run through a brick wall for me. And I think they're fucking scary.
Yeah.
But I also think that Drake needs to play a little better. To that point, these first two playoff games, he has digressed a little bit, which he's still a great young player, obviously. But I think he needs to step it up. They're going to go on a run. That defense has been carrying, and I just think he needs to do his end. And if he does that, the recipe's right there. So it'll be interesting. Now that the holidays are over, it's the perfect time to upgrade your gear for the new year. If you're getting back into fitness routine or training more consistently, audio that actually works while you move makes a huge difference. So I'm not going to be selfish. I'm going to put you guys on game. I've been using Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds, and they've been a game changer for workouts. Regular earbuds block out everything. You can't hear a car, someone calling your name, or even a guy at the gym that wants to just see if you're on the bench or not. These sit just outside the ear canal, so I get clear sound and awareness at the same time. Huge for safety and focus. Best part is they are ultra light and the rotating ear hook actually stays in the ear. And I can switch between my phone and my laptop without having to repair. Plus, this is the big one, 36 hours of battery life. I charge them probably once a week. Raycon has over 3 million customers, half the price of the big brands, and 30-day guarantee. The Essential Open Earbuds are here to help you crush your New Year goals. Go to buyraycon.com/TheRushOpen to get 20% off site-wide.
All right, last game was Rams-Bears.
Nuts. I still can't get over that throw, bro. That was one of the craziest. I couldn't believe my eyes, bro. I was sitting there in silence like, what the fuck? When he started sprinting
Caleb should get his own shoe.
Bro, when he started sprinting directly back, I'm like, it's over. And this motherfucker threw it from the 40 over the DBs. That was one of the craziest plays I've seen ever. Literally.
Ever.
It was insane. Bro.
Right?
But
like
overall,
moment in time,
they found a way.
Yeah.
They found a way.
That was
the Rams do what they do best.
Ben Johnson goes for it on fourth down. There's all these conversations about it. What's our thoughts? Like, are you surprised that he didn't try and go for two in that situation?
I'm not surprised. But I low-key in the back of my head, I was like, is this the best situation?
He's the one.
Especially after that much of a heartbreak. Like, you make that type of play,
yeah.
Fuck it. Let's go for the game.
Yeah.
You know he's got
put Caleb on the move and fucking let's see what happens. That would have been insane. But honestly, like in that situation, I think everybody kicks it there. Like I would have kicked it there as a coach. I mean, you can't put the whole season on the line for one play. Like you guys have been playing. We've been playing good defense all game. You know what I mean? Like you got to look at it from that lens. Like they've been playing good ass defense. They got to stop out the beginning of the OT. Like they had their opportunities. It just fell a little bit short, bro. And the Rams do what they do best. When it comes down to it, throw the ball to 12 and throw the ball to 17. And that's exactly what they did. Devontae made one of the coldest fucking toe tap. I sent it to you immediately. Take toe tap. Devontae toe. That shit was nasty. He made that catch, and then Puka has the big catch, and boom, boom, and they get down there, and it's ball game. You know what I mean? Those guys are such a threat at all times, and Stafford, you know what I mean, playing through the elements and the whole nine, he comes through in the end like he always does and gets in the win. So I might be in the I don't know if I'm in, most people won't agree with me or whatever, but I think for some reason I think the Rams are going to win. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be New England versus the Rams and the Rams are going to win. I think the Seahawks and the Rams is going to be like the
Super Bowl
all-time classic.
Real.
It's going to be a straight dog fight. It's going to be crazy.
And every game this year between them has been that way. I feel the same as you, that the Rams are still the favorite. I think the scariest team right now is probably the Seahawks, obviously. But that game, why I said Caleb deserves a shoe, though, right? Low key. The game before last play of the game, he's fucking, obviously I'm trolling, but he does the fucking jump man pass, yes, which was silly. And then we already just discussed, but he backpedals in the ball travel. They said 52 yards basically in the air. What a terrible, I don't know what the corner is looking at and why no one's discussing that part enough. Because if he was on my team, I'd be frying him on the sidelines for that, first and foremost. If we would have lost.
He had two picks in that game, though. So it's like he went crazy. Okay. You know what I mean? So
okay.
But that's pass,
fair.
like, I don't know, bro. I don't even know how the fuck that even happened.
His eyes were clearly in the backfield, which is crazy. He probably thought what we all thought. This is turning into a Madden play. You know Madden where you just snap it and you turn back and you run and you think you're sweet and then sometimes it works. I just thought Caleb was going to get tripped up. So good for him. Good for them. A great season for the Chicago. Bears, though, dude.
Yeah, they've come a long way.
That national anthem, I know some might think that was disrespectful, the yelling or whatever during it. Dude, if Chicago sports are like that, I want them involved in pretty much everything. You know what I mean?
It was absolutely electric.
They were going nuts.
Just imagine them next year.
Opera singing.
They were all surprised by this, and everybody's got their nails painted, like they're all bought into it. Imagine what happens next.
They're carrying matchas into the fucking games.
Yep.
It's gonna be.
What world are we in?
All right,
what world
let's go
we
real quick. I want to know. I want to know who we think before we get into our brief college football conversation. I want to know who we're picking: Patriots, Broncos, Rams, Seahawks. What do we got?
I got Rams and New England.
I have the same setup. Sorry, Sidham.
Really?
What do you got, Darian?
I got Seattle and New England.
Ooh. Wow. I knew you'd go Seattle.
I mean, I got Seattle and New England, and then I think that I'm gonna save the other part for next week. But I got Seattle, New England.
Love that.
Okay.
All right, now that we get into college football real quickly, we got the national championship game going on tonight. Indiana versus Miami. Who do we got?
Indiana rolls.
Dude.
Indiana rolls. I really do like Miami, and I am rooting for Miami. You know me, I like the underdog. Their story, I mean, they've been doubted all year, and I guess I'm doubting them right now, thinking Indiana's going to roll. I'm going to be rooting for Miami, but I just feel like Indiana's in that flow state as a team that they can't be beat right now. It reminds me of Ohio State last year after they lost to Michigan. They went in the playoff and just whacked everybody. So I just feel like that's what it's going to be. Pause.
Love that.
Pause. But, yeah, I think Indiana definitely I think it's going to be close early. It's going to be back and forth, dogfight, low scoring. Second half, Indiana takes off, wins the Natty.
Buddy whack it. Yeah, I'm with you. My professional opinion, I feel like, is going to be Indiana rolls. They've been rolling everybody. I am praying, though, for a good game. I would like to see Miami do it because simply for the fact, not that Indiana doesn't deserve it more. They need to get on the board, especially when it comes to football and getting a championship. They need to compete with the basketball players in the same campus as them. So I'm on that front. But I would love to see the U to be completely back. And I think for the U to be completely back, they have to win. So I'm hoping if you're someone at home, take those points. I would love to take those points I think it's 8.5 now, D. So I would definitely go on that route, and let's just see. Let's just see if we can at least get a good game. But I do fuck with everything and all things Kurt Signetti.
Yeah.
I mean, my algorithm is damn near Kurt Signetti. I feel like when I get on TikTok, it's just him talking shit, and I'm just getting fired up every scroll. Every fucking scroll.
He's a legend.
So, yeah,
bro.
that tells you I'm all over the place, to be honest, but I would hope for a good game, and may the best man win.
I like it. Yeah, I'm a Signetti guy, too. He's a dog. Cristobal's a dog, too, though.
Dude, if they can win in the trenches, because they're bigger, they're more physical, if they can run the trenches tonight, that's the difference. Because Indiana is not as big, but they are athletic as fuck, and they don't. And like many people know, they will not hurt themselves. They are coached very, very well.
like one thing I'll say is my Miami fandom picks back up on January 20th. Once the season,
after the apology tour is over,
once they have a new quarterback. But anyways, yeah. But the problem with Miami in this game that I think is every single game that you've seen them play in this playoff, they have made some very pivotal errors, and they've shot themselves in the foot, and they've really somehow, but they found a way to come back and put themselves in the game. Indiana doesn't make mistakes. Like they are such a well-oiled machine that they will capitalize on any opportunity that Miami presents them. And I think that with this game being in Miami, it is going to be such a emotionally heightened game for the U that they're gonna play outside of themselves, and they're gonna present the ball some way, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be some sort of a turnovers, whatever it might be, discipline with penalties, whatever it is. I think Indiana rolls. I think they're going to be the national champion, but they're a good team.
Watch out for them next year. We can talk about that next week.
Yeah, we will. But
that being said,
yeah. That being said, been a great year for college football. Been a bit of a blender of college football, to be honest. There's been a lot of ups and downs. I hope they fix a lot of things here in this offseason, but I'm excited to watch some good football tonight. But that being said, Wap, let's wrap it up, put a bow on it, and send us home.
I love it. Yeah, look at that timing. 12:59. Yeah, we did a hell of a job. I got to get on a flight here in the next hour, so that's good. Shout out to JSX. But life is good. We're blessed. I'm happy to be back with the boys. I will say this. I would be crazy to not mention it. You guys absolutely crushed it last week. I love seeing you guys just thrive and talk shit and be 100% yourselves. It was like I felt like just seeing you guys do that on your own is like, for me, from the beginning, like how much we've grown. Like it was like night and day. And, you know, for me, like I had no hesitation about letting you guys do your thing. Obviously, a Brogan slight hesitation because of the shit you say sometimes. But at the end of the day, I trust you guys with my life, and you guys absolutely nailed it. So I would be, you know, I would be tripping if I didn't bring that up. So big shout out to you guys. You know how much you guys mean to me, and I appreciate you guys holding down the fort because I know you put in a lot of work to this, and hold it down when I'm, you know what I mean. I got a lot going on, so appreciate that first and foremost. But overall, we're blessed. Everything is going incredibly. As far as a rehab standpoint, life is good. Family's healthy. The squad's healthy. We're happy. We're doing what we do. And, you know, I put it on my post and talked about, you know, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of things going on. All that matters at the end of the day is the work. Putting the work first, protecting my mind, you know, putting my best foot forward in every single way. You know, living, you know, the way I know how to live, and that's, you know, being the best version of myself and just continuously finding and fine-tuning, you know, that every day. So going into this offseason, it is going to be different. You know what I mean? I had to go through this rehab again. First time dealing with, you know, a meniscus, something that's new to me. But at the end of the day, I know I'm going to murder it. I'm going to absolutely put everything into it. And I'm going to prepare and get ready to have the best year that I've ever had. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a long journey. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be highs and lows. But ultimately, when you put the work first, the results are going to come after that. So I'm sticking to that. I'm living by that. And I'm just happy to be here. We got such a dope thing going on, you know, here with The Rush. We know the fans. We appreciate all your guys' insight, your comments, criticisms, you know, compliments, the whole nine. We appreciate all of it. So keep liking, keep subscribing, keep tuning in on a weekly basis. We're going to keep pumping out episodes all week, or all off season, every week. And we're going to have some incredible guests coming on here soon. You know, during the season, it's, you know, just the boys, and we're focused on the games and all that. But we're going to have some incredible guests coming up here soon. So we're fired up about it. Like we said, All-Star Weekend will be in LA. As of right now, that's the plan. Definitely hoping to be in Pittsburgh as well for the draft. We're going to figure out how we're going to make that happen. But when there's a will, there's a way. So we're going to keep
hopefully
pumping.
Fly a shit ton of motherfuckers that beautiful studio you have that you're sitting in right now.
Oh yeah, no, we're going to be in here. We're going to. I mean, we got the We got the resources now. We got the resources, and we got the space, and we got our own place, and we got that sign that is incredible. But I love all of you. I appreciate all you guys. Keep tuning in. We love y'all. This is The Rush. These are my brothers, Broken Rollback, Darian Terrell. See y'all next week.
Peace.
I ain't the driver, the one in the back. Feeling like Crosby, I'm turned to the max. You with, he ain't talking about.